Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing you my guide for Bioshock 2 on hard difficulty, and we're doing the no Vita-Chamber run alongside it. Today is episode 3, and we're going into Ryan Industries. Ryan Amusements. I think it's Ryan Amusement. So, I just want to make a quick note real fast before we get into this too hard. So, this video was recorded, I think, like last week or the week before. And today is, if I'm not mistaken, looks like it's November. I can barely see that. I think that says, like, 13. I don't know. Whatever today is today. Because last Sunday was the 6th, and I just don't feel like doing the math right now, even though I could totally do it. And be fine, because it's Saturday right now, so you guys can figure that out for yourselves. Now, the thing I want to talk about real fast is I haven't been able to record commentary for a while now because I've been having issues. Not me personally. It kind of affects that, yeah. I can't do commentary when I have people here unless they're siblings that understand that I record and they keep to themselves. Like, if my siblings were to spend the night, or somebody was to spend the night, they could at least understand that, hey, Alex records. Let him do it, let him. If he's talking, more than likely he's probably recording. Especially if he's in this position. Like, if I'm actually in this little area I'm at right now, people understand that, oh, he's recording, okay. But there's other people that don't. There are other people that don't. And I've been having issues because I've had an issue with my bathtub. Like a month ago, I think. There was plumbing issues going on with it. The fucking tub was dirtier than fuck. And I bought a new tub, had to go get a plumber in here to fucking fix all that shit, and it cost me a shit ton of money. I had to go buy more shit, I think today, and it was either today or yesterday, I don't know. My brain is so dead right now. I'm so fucking tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is how long I've been waiting for fucking to do commentary. Yeah, they haven't been here that long. I've had other shit to do today, too. I had to stay here, make sure that I was here, so that way my dad can take care of all the... Because he's putting in the walls and shit. Like, he's fixing up the walls and stuff. So, I'm letting him do all that. Like, he basically broke down half my walls, and now he's got to fix all of them. And it's a fucking mess. I don't want him here while I'm recording, because I don't want him coming down here and bothering me while I'm recording, or trying to talk to me while I am, interrupting the video, or making noise while he's banging on shit. And no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. So, that's mostly why you're probably going to see not as many episodes. You might, depends on the situation, but you might not see as much content on here as of right now as you usually would. I'm trying. I got away with one now, but it's like 1 o'clock at night because I just was fucking around half the time. Yes, most of it's because I'm lazy, but, I went out shopping today and shit for groceries and crap, so, I had to deal with all that shit. It's just, I don't want to do it. I'm tired of this. I'm fucking tired right now, dude. Like, it's crazy. There's really nothing to necessarily talk about when it comes to this game until, like, later episodes, because as of right now, all you're really doing here is just shooting these guys down. And also, I don't know if I ever mentioned or not, but there is a trophy to getting, when it comes to Little Sisters, which I think, which I think that actually, I don't know if they appear in this episode or not. I don't remember. It might have been the last one. Regardless, whenever you pick up a Little Sister, there's a trophy that I was trying to get, which was, don't let anybody grab the sister. That's what I thought it was. No, it's, you can't take damage, and no one can touch her the entire time. That's going to be a little harder. I've done it before. I'll do it again. It's no biggie. I'll find a spot, but as it goes right now, you'll notice I try my hardest to get all those trap bolts on the ground and, fixate on working on that. Now, we have our first tonic here, and I don't feel any slightly fast. Slightly, yeah, I can see it now, but I don't feel any faster than I did originally. It's weird. The game, the speed tonic just no. They should have not even imported that to begin with. It just wastes a tonic slot. Which, you could take out anytime you want. I don't ever, because I want this shit on. I want to run fast. You know, I want to run fast like Super Sonic, but... Hey, you know, I really think that this game... I really think the devs just wasted the tonic slot. There's no one's... The only incentive is just to get maximum speed, which you should just fucking have anyway. You know what I mean? It's stupid. Like, in the case with, like, Devil May Cry, for example. Like, DMC Devil May Cry. You get that speed boost thing automatically. You get it regardless of what you want. And I like that. I like when games mandatory make it to where you get, you know, an extra little sprint or speed boost. I also hate when games have, like, those moments where you're forced to walk slow, you know, instead of just running through it like you're supposed to. I don't know. It captures, you know, certain moments. I get that. It's just, there's certain times when I think it's just out of place. And especially like with Bioshock 2, like they do it quite a bit here. And I don't like that too much. Although, once we get into like episode 5, there's going to be a fuck ton of exploring. Well, no, it's not even episode 5. I think it's episode 4, actually. It's either that or 5. The one with Siren Alley, and it's a mess. It's a huge mess, guys. We're only on episode 3. We don't have much to go left, thankfully. I'm working on getting through Fontaine Futuristics right now, so that gives you an idea of how far I am in the game. Then there you go. I can't really offhand tell you how many episodes there's going to be, because when it comes to Bioshock 2, I'm not exactly 100% familiar with this one. I don't remember everything, like every inch and nail, because there's just so much shit to collect in this goddamn game. It's retarded. Like, just wait until like the future episodes when I get to Siren Alley and Dionysus Park. There's just... Actually, it's more like Siren Alley that did it, where there's just so much stuff. And even this episode's like 30 minutes long. The next one is like an hour. Guys, it's a fucking hour. I haven't edited yet, but still, it's an hour and 13-minute long video footage I recorded. Yeah, most of it's me dicking around and looking for stuff, and that's kind of the point here. That's the idea of Bioshock, is to run around and look for stuff and pick stuff up. And, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get as much things done as possible in one run, so excuse me for trying. But hey, that's how it is. Also, I noticed, like, these commentaries are really not much of, I guess, guide-worthy. You know, I mean, me personally, I'm more of a visual learner, rather than just a, you know, auditory guy. But still, I should at least try to be more proactive with explaining things. And it's hard to explain anything, because I already explained half this shit. You know, you're just running around exploring, doing the same thing you've done before. There's hardly any explanation to what you should do, or just, I don't know, like certain, I could probably explain like certain setups when it comes to like little sisters and shit, and like how to take down big sisters and big daddies, but we barely even fought those yet. We barely even covered them. If I'm correct, like I said, I think this is the first time we actually fight a real big daddy, and it's not the last, I'll tell you that one for sure. Most of the levels start gaining like 2 or 3 big daddies on you, and it's not overwhelming, but you have to go search for them, and it's really annoying to do that, especially when every little sister requires 2 corpses to get at him from. So yeah, yeah, this is the first time. Okay, that's how far back I am right now. So technically, this is the first actual 100% legit, totally not training kind of resume level, because even though they give you a training tip like, hey, fight big daddies and shit, and they're telling you to fight big daddies, this is technically... Okay, you know what? Actually, no. I think the next level is probably like the only level where they don't really tell you anything. They just let you in on your own, and you just go in on your own, and you're fine. They don't lead you into anything. They don't tell you what to do. It's just more like... Well, they tell you where to go, but never like this, where it's like, okay, fight the big daddy, learn how to do all that. No. No, none of that. So, if you want to count the actual totally legit real level, it's the last one. No, I'm kidding. No, it's probably like the next one or so. So, what we're fighting right now is a bouncer. They returned from the original game, And there's a pool of water here that you can use to your advantage. So start whipping out Electro Bolt. If you can find any like explosives around you, go ahead and use them. What I like to do with the bouncers, I like to shock them and go into like a stun combo thing where I shock them and then I shoot them in the face. And it should do like a little bit more damage to them. Now, I don't know if like shooting enemies in the head or not, or like shooting enemies in general while they're shocked does any extra damage, but hey, it works for me. If you have any heavy bolt or any trap bolt on you at the time, I recommend don't using trap bolt on them, but I did just because I'm an asshole. So if that's something you want to do, you totally can. Around this bar, there's a bunch of like alcohol that you can drink. So if you start losing health and shit, just go ahead and grab those. Of course, there's a health station you can hack, grab free stuff from, and of course, there's a vending machine. So use that to your advantage the best you can. The first Big Daddy is not that hard to take out, just like the first Big Sister. But the further we go along, I've noticed that they're starting to get a little bit tougher, especially in the last episode I recorded with Amusement Park. That bitch almost killed me. And it was just ridiculous because they just kept sending out enemies after enemies. Because at that point, there's a certain story part that you hit, and they just start fucking throwing guys at you. And that's what Bioshock 2 does best, I think, is when they have like groups of enemies that you attack, and you just plow through them. But at the same time, I don't want to have to keep constantly fighting and fighting and fighting. I want to do exploring too. But then again, I don't want to keep having to constantly explore. I want to fight. And that's where I think Bioshock 2, in my opinion, kind of faults itself. It's like it doesn't know what to do half the time, I feel like. Because they set up these really cool levels, and they throw you into these levels. And as much as I don't like Siren Alley for what trouble I went through when it's just so fucking maze-like, that's why. I actually like the level. And actually, no, I think the next level is going to be the one with Grace. That might be it, yeah, because I don't think I recorded that one yet. Oh, fuck, guys. I hate that level so much. There's a certain... Actually, not the whole level. There's parts I like about it. But there's one particular spot I hate so goddamn much. And that's when you get into, like, Grace's apartment area. That fucking shit sucks. That's a maze right there, and I hate that. So you see here, I start hacking some of the vending machines, and I start laying down trap bolts. And I lay some near the door because eventually that's when splicers are going to come from. At a certain point in this fight, they're going to start coming from the door here. Now, pro tip, they actually blow up the door, so I think they do blow through some of the trap bolts. I don't know, I've always thought that, and it might be true, I don't know. So, the best thing to do here is to put trap bolts, probably particularly on the body. Of course, I fuck up so bad where I can't even put down the girl, so she can't even get the atom out of them, but hey, we still got it, so we're good to go. Now, my particular spot I like to hide is right here, because you have that stair. You have both stairways you can look at. You can't really see the door, but of course, if you listen in, you can pretty much hear the door explode at that point. And once the door explodes, there's gonna be a couple of lead heads that just come out of there. Either that or thugs. More than likely, there's a lead head. This is the first of the many fights we're gonna have to deal with. There's not really any particularly strong splicers. There's more thugs and lead heads on this fight, and that's good. I like to keep it that way. The lead heads start coming, what I've noticed, the lead heads actually come from what looks to be like the left stair there and the right stairs. And the thug splicers typically like to come from what seems to be... Actually, no, I'll take that back. The thugs jump down, and then the thug splicers come from the right side of the stairs. And I think the lead heads come from the left side. I think that's what they prefer to do. I'm not 100% sure on that. You know, it's just, that's what I think I see. So I probably would have gotten the trophy there if I had not fucking gotten hit by that thug and that lead head that just shot my ass. Next time I play the game through again, I'll just do that and just try to get the trophy that way. You know, you can save it, come back, restart the save, try it again. That's the best way I think you can do to get that trophy there. If you're trophy hunting like I am for this game. Because at the same time I'm doing this guide, I'm getting the remastered trophies because why not just get, you know, two birds with one stone? You know, why should I play the entire game again just because of this fucking channel? I don't know. I might return to the original version, but I doubt it. I mean, at this point, there's really no reason to. Same thing with, like, doing the remastered version of Bioshock 1. There's no reason to. I've already fucking played the game. I mean, why would I need to? I mean, the only thing the remaster even adds is, like, a few little tweaks here and there, and that's it. Like, if you move backward, it slows down. Like, you're a lot slower now. And I think 2 does it, but I'm not sure. Because as far as I remember in Bioshock 2, I think moving back is the same speed. So, it should be kept that way. But for some reason in Bioshock 1, they changed it for whatever god who knows reason. And I completely forgot about it until I was playing the DLC today. So I was trying to get the trophies for that, and I actually got a couple of them done. A couple of the ones that I was having troubles with, like a couple of the time ones, like the first 2 time, like beat the first one in 3 minutes and beat the second one in like 4 minutes. I think I got both those out of the way and got all the roses and shit, and now I'm working on the 3rd stage, and that was just more of like a survival of the fittest kind of thing, and I don't like that one very much. I don't particularly like that one. So, this next area coming up is a fucking hell. And lucky for me and you guys, I cut out most of the backtrack bullshit little problem I had where I thought I seen a door open. And I went to go check what door it was and never could find it. And that's the other thing that pisses me off about this game is trying to find where the fuck I've been. Because I don't even know. And everything just looks the same. Everything blends into to a point where I don't know where the hell I'm going half the time. And I will admit that. This game actually keeps me going in fucking circles, and I don't like that. I don't like being dumbfounded every situation I'm stuck in. You know, like in the case of Bioshock 1, there were levels, especially like Fort Frolic, where they felt like they were big. And Hephaestus, where you felt like you didn't know where the fuck you were going because half the time it was just a goddamn maze. They didn't really give you any idea or sense of where to go. And that was tough the first few times, of course. But, you know, as you play the game multiple times through, eventually you're going to start learning it and learning and learning it. And Bioshock 2 was never one of those games I played too much of. I platinumed it, and that was that. And same thing with, like, what I want to do here is I want to, you know, beat hard mode, platinum the game, and just call it a day. Just put it away forever. Never fucking touch it again. And I don't know, Bioshock 2 is like a fever dream for me. Like, there's times where I want to play it, and then there's times where I just remember all the bad things I don't like about it. Although they're not bad, it's just I don't like it. I mean, you could probably say, like, why are you playing the game then? Like, why are you playing it if you don't like it? Well, 1, because I want to get to Infinite, and 2, my pride. You know, I can't beat that. My dignity, my pride. For some reason, I just have this weird sense of I have to do this or else I'm just a piece of shit. So, there's that. And the other thing is, it can be fun at times. It really can. Also trophies, of course. There's things I like about it, but there's a lot of things I don't. So, it's like a half and half issue. Pretty much like if I played Sonic Adventure. Like, God forbid, you know I don't want to, but there's things I do like about it. You know, there's times where I actually have a decent bit of fun with it. And most of the time I don't. So, that's that. I recommend hacking this vending machine back here, because I think this one actually sells trap rivets. Either that or heavy, it's one of them. They give you a lot of trap bolts here, so I don't know why I keep calling it trap bolt, even though it's called trap rivet, because it's a rivet gun. I don't know, either way. So, as you've seen earlier, I did hack the turret. That's a good idea to do that, of course. Anything I do is a smart idea, because I'm a smart guy. Right? I had just enough money to buy, like, a pack of rivet, like trap rivet. So, just put them in front of the corpse, like always. Trap rivets are the best thing to do. You can always put them in the doorway, too. But I don't recommend doing that, because since there's just so many splashers that just run in, and they're going to try their damn near hardest just to get to the girl, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So this next fight here, this little corner right here is actually pretty nice to hide in. You can hide in just either one of these sides. It doesn't really matter. This gives you a pretty good view. The turret has a pretty good view on the door to the left. So just start marking your gun toward that door on the right side there that I'm looking at. On the right side of the turret, so that way you can just start smoking guys that come in. You're mostly going to be stuck with dealing with lead heads on this one. So just keep that in mind that you will be shot at more than likely. If you hack the health station, you should be fine too, because if you damage them enough, they'll start going to the health station, start using that, and they'll die on their own, which is great. Now, there is a tonic that you're going to get later on in the game, where your little sisters will actually harvest Adam faster. And the only way I think you can get that tonic is to rescue the little sisters. So, just giving you a heads up now. Start rescuing little sisters and you get some good shit out of it. And you can also equip that tonic and the plus tonic at the same time. The level 2 tonic at the same time. The last little sister I dealt with, it was over in a heartbeat. And I was like, oh, we're done? Okay, sweet. If I would have actually, like, not taken damage on that fight at all, I would have gotten the trophy there, too. But, fucking, you know how it is, spider splicers. Remember those guys from the first game? Yeah, they're pieces of shit. Yeah, they're harder now. They're more annoying now. They're way more annoying. I don't know, they're more bulky and they come out and actually... No, they're slightly easier. They take more damage, but they're just more irritating because they're just fucking everywhere and I hate it. I really hate it. There is one thing I guess I can sort of say I like. I like the fact that they actually... Okay, no pun intended here, but they spliced together both the nitro splicers and the lead head at the same time. They gave the lead head splicers the ability to use grenades. I think that's cool. I actually think that's kind of a cool idea. Just take out nitros by themselves because they're basically useless. Because you could easily kill them. All you had to do was just grab the grenade, throw it right back, and they're done. They're gone. Doesn't matter. You could say the same thing for like rocket turrets, but no. Rocket turrets are different because at that point, rocket turrets are basically just regular turrets, so they take the same amount of damage. Probably a little bit bulkier too. So they can survive some hits, you know. If you throw one rocket, it takes like 3 rockets just to blow them up. But they're definitely useful because you can take on any other turrets around you too. Alright. So, if you come up here, you can have a lot of nice little perks that you get from coming up here. Of course, you know, you grab some diaries, you grab a lot of fucking money. Which is another good thing about this game too, is like the wallet. The wallet count, I don't remember what it caps out at. I don't know if it caps at all, or I'm pretty sure it caps out. I haven't really had it capped out yet, so I do not remember. But regardless, it's always nice having this big ass wallet. It basically is kind of like the Giant's wallet from Zelda. So you get a massive, nice fucking upgrade to it. And it's so nice to have. And I think Bioshock... Okay, this is gonna sound stupid for me. I don't remember which one it was, but I know one of you can upgrade your wallet size. And I want to say it's Bioshock 1. I could not, for the life of me, remember if it was that one or this one. I don't think it was, I don't think it's Infinite, because I think Infinite has, well, an infinite amount of, like, wallet space. So there's that. That's great. That's 2 puns in one video. Whew, we're doing good. Also, another little trophy that you can get, like, in the area before we come here, where we have to, you know, walk down those stairs and shit, next to where you get the Booze Hound tonic at, which we'll get later, there is a desk with Ryan on it, and if you grab a club, and you can throw it at his head with telekinesis and get the 9 irony trophy. So, that's the 3rd pun for the video. There you go. Let's see how many freaking puns we can start making in one video, shall we? Actually, let's not say we did, because fuck that. Oh, Skreek! There we go. Yeah, just gotta kick back and just relax. It's so nice to be able to actually sit here and finally do fucking commentary for once. I've been waiting all day for this. Yeah, again, mostly I've been lazy, but at the same time, you know, I've had other people here, so you can't really blame me completely. I didn't record any Chain of Memories yet, which I need to probably do that sometime. Luckily for me, it's Saturday, or at this point, it's Sunday. And luckily for me, I have this Sunday off, thank God. But unfortunately, I have a Sunday after work coming up pretty soon. So, yeah. Oh boy. Hey, more money pays off for all that dumb shit I had to go buy, so I guess that works. And then freaking Christmas and Thanksgiving's coming up, and I always get myself in these fucking stupid messes. I always get myself in these dumbass predicaments where I have to go see my family, my father and all them. I don't want to do that. But I'm so nice and I say yes, so there you go. That door right there, I think that was the same door that I was just trying to find. Even though it didn't really lead to anything special. I think it led back out to a certain spot. And I think on the way back I might have seen that door. And then this is what I think happened. As soon as I seen that door, I passed by it a couple times. And I'm like, what the fuck is that door? And then I went back and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I even checked back everywhere. And that's why I hate this place. Because I don't know where the fuck I'm going. And I wish the map would be a little bit better. But it's not. The map doesn't help or shit. I mean, they tell you where you've been, but that's it. Like, as soon as you walk in that room and you walk right back out, you've already got that room covered. That's what the game sees it as. Like, okay, he's already finished here. They don't tell you where any part of the people stations are, which, I mean, granted, they're supposed to be a secret, so, okay, that's great. Same thing with audio diaries. But at the same time, it would be kind of cool because part of the people stations are basically kind of like vending machines. Yeah, you can only buy, like, one thing out of them one time. But still, you know, I kind of want that. So I think right there I bought the machine gun damage upgrade, which I know we basically just got the gun in this video. But still, the machine gun needs to be upgraded pretty quick. At least when it comes to damage and shit. You don't have to worry about, like, the kickback reduction for a while. You can handle it without the kickback. Trust me, you can. If I can do it, you can. And then the third upgrade for it is a ricochet attack, which isn't really all that good. I mean, granted, of course, if you're fighting a group of enemies, you know, the bullets will bounce off one person to hit the other ones. Yeah, it's kind of nice to have that, but they're hardly ever going to get next to each other, so you're really just better off just having the damage upgrade now and then waiting until later before you get all the upgrades. Now, with the rivet gun, I think it's nice to have both the clip and the damage upgrade as quickly as possible. Try to get that one done pretty quick. The fire damage is just an extra bonus. And it helps, actually. Because sometimes I actually find myself relying on it. Oddly enough, like, there's times where I feel like, you know, if you start shooting like a couple guys, they'll start running into other people and catch them on fire. Same thing like if you used Incinerate on somebody. They're probably just going to run into the water and then you can shock them that way. Save yourself some free plasmid if you wanted. You don't have to, you know, whip out Incinerate and then whip out, you know, Electroshock just to fucking kill a guy or two. That's just me, though. I personally like the rivet gun in this game. I like all the guns in this game. Except for... Yeah, I know. Except for the spear gun. I fucking hate that abysmal piece of trash. It's pretty much the equivalent of the crossbow from Bioshock 1, except dumbed down. The only good, like, redeeming quality of it is the trap spear bolts that you can get and the rocket bolts, the rocket spear. The normal spear itself does no fucking damage at all. Well, it does, but, like, if you get... I don't know. It's supposed to stick enemies to the wall and all this other junk, and I feel like it just takes too many shots just to hit somebody, and like the accuracy on it's just retarded, because there's times where I'll shoot somebody, what I think I'm doing is aiming for the head, and then moments later, they'll miss. Now granted, you know, there was one time, this is kind of funny, where I was aiming at a splicer, and I went to go shoot her ass, you know. I got you. It's her, he, whatever. So, can't assume genders around here. Not in this. This is professional stuff. Now, I went to go get a headshot. As soon as I fucking shot it off, you'll see it too. It's in like the last episode I recorded with Dionysus Park. Everything happened in that. That's where everything happened today. Just everything went down there. So, as soon as I about shot her right in the fucking head, she ducks. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, I fucking hate the spear gun. Until you get the rockets. Once you get the rocket spears, you're golden. That shit's just great. And it's also kind of funny when you watch them fly around, you know, with the rockets up their ass. Just shooting fire out of their asshole, just flying around the map and stuff. It's actually quite humorous. So, I'm going to go through a whole playthrough of rescuing the little sisters. Now, the main added benefit to rescuing little sisters is extra perks, and after you rescue a certain amount, I want to say it's 3. I mean, it used to be like 3 or so. I'm not 100% sure, again, on the exact amount that you get, but as soon as you rescue enough, if you go to a Gather's garden machine, you'll see a teddy bear out front, grab it, there you go. And I didn't really see one when I, first got rid of the first little sister, so there was that. Okay, now, here we go. This is the fun part. Now we're going to start exploring a little bit more in this area. And I think I pretty much covered most of it. We got the part of the people station and all that. We got the little sister taken care of. There's only one really to worry about, I think. Yeah, her corpses are more spread out than most will when we come to those. Because, like, when you start getting more little sisters, like when you get 3 in a pair, and they all have 2 each that they can take from. There's not a whole lot of areas that you can just go to. So, there's a lot of areas, yeah, but the devs just were like, we have a lot of corpses, so just put them here, make them like a room apart or two, and there you go, we'll call it a day. Which I don't mind, I kind of like having it where it's closer so I can get the little sisters out of the way first, and then worry about everything else later. And that's another thing I do like, is I like the fact of adopting the little sister, taking her and getting even more Adam out of it. Now, the other added benefit of harvesting little sisters is you get instant Adam right then and there. But, as I've noticed during my playthrough, there's nothing I want to fucking buy from the Gatherer's Gardener. Damn it. There's nothing that I want to buy from the Gatherer's Garden Machine. So, typically, what I'll do is I'll save up my Adam until I get something really, really good. Eve upgrade, health upgrade, plasmid slot, and a few gene tonic slots. There's hardly any tonics that I want besides what I have now and what I'm going to get just from rescuing little sisters. So, I'm good. Might as well die. Sorry, that's just a meme. Now, here I open that lever. I don't think I checked that door because I go back to see what that fucking door was. And I think that door was the door that leads to here. It's like another door that leads to here. So I think that mysterious door might have just been solved. And I just didn't know what the hell I was doing because it's me. Alright, so this entire room is filled with nothing but alcohol. Of course, there's a diary here. But for the most part, you're going to get stuck with having to drink alcohol. So if you don't want to be, drunk while you're doing this, then make sure you don't drink all the goddamn alcohol. Now, keeping Booze Hound on is a good idea because that way you can have an increased amount of, medical supplies you can use. Because if you guys didn't see what it does or know what it does, for anybody who doesn't know, if you drink alcohol in this game, you gain health, but you lose Eve. And, of course, that's bad, because Eve is something that I need. So, same thing with health. Booze Hound makes it to where you don't lose Eve while you drink alcohol. You gain health, but you don't lose Eve. If you have Eve Link on at the same time, you should gain both Eve and health from drinking alcohol. That's pretty much the basic idea right there. Now, why I'm saving the game now is kind of stupid because I was thinking the big sister was going to come out. I was like, oh shit, I'm taking care of all the little sisters, now she's going to get pissed. No, she doesn't get pissed until after you get done with this next section right here. Once you get done with this next section, you have a scripted little sister or big sister fight to take care of. Same thing with Dionysus Park. you are forced to take care of all the little sisters in that section. So, in being so, you get a scripted big sister fight that you're gonna have to fight. She's a bitch. Just like mine. So, what I did there was I hacked the turret, of course. You don't have to, but I did it because I want to take care of these guys clean and savory, just not have to worry about them. So, I think there's an Eve Hypo back there. There might be. I didn't really check. The first thing you want to do is go to the Gather's Garden machine and grab the Incinerate, which you're going to have to. It's story-based regardless. I think if you kill a big sister, I think you get Adam from them too. Usually they drop health packs, but I think they give you Adam. They should. This game gives you a fuck ton of Adam, though. And I like that. I like having that. And that's another thing what I like about Bioshock 2, in terms of like versus 1, is because they give you all this opportunity to get different shit, and I like that. I like being able to experiment a little bit more with what I want to experiment with. Of course, I hardly do that regardless. You know, knowing me, I don't really, actually go full throttle experiment with things. It's just typically I'm pretty straightforward when it comes to my games. I like doing things the same way because I know they work. And I guess that's a problem with me, is I'm really, really old-fashioned about doing stuff like that. If I have one particular strategy at doing something, I'm probably going to end up doing it the entire time. So, that's just me. Granted, I'm making a guide channel, and I know I'm telling you guys to do things. I'm telling you guys to do things your way, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to help, lead you into what to do next, how I do things, which may or may not help people. And of course, I'm also trying to be entertaining at the same time. Keeping you guys entertained is what I like to do naturally on my main channel. Oh boy, time for the big bitch fight. Okay, so with her, she likes to use telekinesis a lot and pick shit up. If you have any barrels around you, go ahead and use them to your advantage. You can grab the fireballs, throw them back, and there's a lot of oil around here, I've noticed, which, granted, probably won't help you much. If she starts throwing shit at you, just grab it and throw it back. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's kind of almost like you guys are married or something, I mean, granted, we don't live in Georgia or Alabama, wherever the hell it is, so you can't really marry your sister here, but still. I think you can marry your cousin there, I don't know. Now, Electroshock is great against her, because if you get that nice stun on her, then, she'll be stunned for a little while, get that, good little hit, and there you go. If you got some heavy rivets, use those. Use everything that's strong. I don't think we have the armor-piercing bullets yet for the machine gun, but that comes in handy massively when it comes to big sisters, especially with big daddies, because that shit will tear them apart. The best place to go to, you're going to have to fight her out here regardless, but if you need supplies, make sure you jump down and grab those vending machines and just grab any supplies you need during the fight. Fuck her. Just go cheap. Who cares? That's what I do. I always do that. Like, if splicers are off, if I'm just having troubles with a fight, I'm like, fuck you, I'm out. I'm going to go buy some stuff. I don't give a shit. Hell with you. Granted, using Incinerate does a little bit of damage over time, but it's not the biggest amount of damage, but you can just get some extra little hits in. It's really nice, so that's the main first real big sister, I guess. Well, still scripted, but that's another one of the first main big sisters that we have to take care of. Another scripted one, but definitely not the last one, unfortunately. Yes, we're going to have to fight more big sisters, guys. So get used to fighting big sisters, because it can be a pain. They naturally don't do anything different. They never really do anything different. They typically stay with the same kind of attack pattern regardless. And sometimes they'll actually attack other splicers, which is kind of funny, and I like that. So during that time when they're attacking other splicers, you can use that time to your advantage to just shooting them. Of course, if you have any turrets or any other like cameras like open or hacked, make sure you try to lead them into there. Same thing with big daddies. If you can try to lead them into there and have them attack at the same time, that saves you a lot of trouble right there. So, we're coming to the end of this video, and I think the next episode's like going to the Graces area. I forget what it's called, but we're going to take on that side next. That's going to be a pretty big one. It's a beefy one right there. So, anyway, guys, without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time We play some more Bioshock 2 on hard with no Vita-Chambers. And as always, take care, everybody.